Right, we're just going to YOLO, we're just going to jump in. Hopefully we don't make anybody lag. Eclipse told me that they removed the thing that makes people lag. Alright, we're in. Alright, we watched this matchup yesterday, but we'll put it back on. This was actually 4-4 yesterday. So, you know, I'll repeat it. I've said it, I think, every single scrim that I've sat in on. You should not use scrim results to impact your, predictions of how a matchup will go on LAN or how well you think teams are going to do on LAN. However, it is fun to keep a running score because fans love saying this team beat that team, blah, blah, blah. So with that in mind, this is, I suppose, a continuation of yesterday. Get you in comms? I can do, CJ. I can do. I can ask as well if I can get you in. I'll ask if I can send that to you as well. Let me see if I can get you the details, CJ. The lobby details. I'm sure that they won't mind. Everybody loves CJ. Alright, let me give CJ a call. Hold on. I'll send him the lobby details too. Got to skip replays. Okay, no, I'm not even the last person to skip it. Right, CJ, I sent you the name pass. And I'm calling you as well. What have I done? There we go.
What, can you hear me?
Yo!
Yo, what up?
How's it going? I got told, by the way, that the lag thing from people joining is no longer something you need to worry about, so I think you could just join.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what Eclipse told me.
Is my mic super scuffed here?
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Shout out Logitech headsets.
Yeah, it's... is that what you've been scrimming with? Has everybody got those?
We haven't been using headsets.
Ah, you've just been yelling at each other.
Yeah, no audio, just comms. Because these headsets, shout out to Logitech again, they sort of like really feel like your head's being squeezed in. Feel like a watermelon just about to blow, so we got no headset.
Oh no.
Let me hear myself. I need to hear us scuff this.
Yeah, just keep talking.
Oh, this is scuff. Should I if I put it further away maybe? Hang on.
It's okay, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, it's only 1 hour, right?
Further away I think sounds better.
Yeah, it's pretty alright.
No, it doesn't.
It's the same.
So bad.
No in-game sound, is that why Renegades are losing? That's a really good cope, actually, so...
Yeah, that's good copium.
So what have your thoughts been so far, CJ, on the boot camp and adapting to the time zone? Has this been a challenge?
Not really.
Has it felt weird? People, we always talk about jet lag, but I don't know if people can understand what that is, because until you've actually experienced it, it's a different kind of feeling. It's not just tiredness. What would you say is your experience with that?
I feel like for this one, it was so long that it actually negated the jet lag completely. Like, your body just fully reset. Because it was like so by the time we were so tired, like we managed to get a little bit of sleep on the plane, got in at like midday, and then just stayed up the whole day, went to sleep at like 9 PM, 10 PM, and then we were good. Got up at like 8 AM.
Gotcha, so, yeah.
We were good. It's more like just de-rusting, because obviously we hadn't played for like a week, so the first day was pretty rough, and start of the second day was rough, but then we had some good results against Sandrock and Envy, gone close with those two, and we just beat Misfits today, and obviously had Vitality then. Yeah, Vitality was going all their way, then you guys got a little streak at the end. So as you know, it's like when you're, when you're playing five-a-side football or any sport really with your mates, and then the score is just really in one team's favor,
by a margin that is completely irrecoverable. So everybody just agrees next goal wins, and then the losing team scores, and you're like, well, we win. Bye. That's you guys. Last game wins.
Pretty much. Yeah, we took a while to adapt. They're a bit more solo-y than Misfits. Misfits just love a few double touches and high speed, so we like the pace, but Vitality are a bit more controlled, especially Alpha. So once we adapted to the solo plays, it wasn't too bad. We got a few wins, so it was like 5-3, wasn't it, or something?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was 5-3. Yeah, the scrims have been pretty cool. I was telling my chat, I don't think that every team is going to keep doing that next week. What do you think about that? Because obviously everybody's been just content focused this week. Pretty happy to put scrims out there, but do you think right next to the LAN, like, you know, day before, 2 days before, that will continue, or is everybody just going to be like, nah?
I think it'll continue.
Really?
Just 'cause, like, it's first LAN back. Like, everyone's just happy to, you know, everyone's showing. What I say funny is about the scrims, Johnny, is that 2 years ago, we're all in chat, all your Twitch chatters, your Redditors, you're all there roasting Gregan for releasing scrim results, and now you Redditors are making scrim mega threads. I mean, how about the change in 2 years? All of a sudden, scrim's the life and death to these people. So, but obviously, you know, we haven't had international competition for 2 years, so, you know, everyone is like just thirsty for a bit of results, a bit of, you know, bit of this and that. So
yeah.
But yeah, as you said, scrims aren't the be all and end all, and we're just trying to adapt a little bit to different styles. And we started slow. We had our worst scrim was definitely the Dignitas. We got 8-0'd by Dig. We didn't even show up. I was just, we weren't really awake. But apart from that, it's been pretty good.
That's the funny one. I do remember the Gregan thing, but that really blew up because didn't Remco tweet about it? Didn't Gregan, Gregan was streaming and somebody's asking how our scrim's been going. That was after Vitality picked up Scrub Killer, I think. And Gregan just said, yeah, we've been doing pretty good. We, you know, 8-0'd TSM and 7-1 to Dignitas. And, you know, he started rattling off results. And then Remco tweeted, like, of course, you know, the, you know, big fancy coach man or whatever is going to come in and talk about private results. Because back then nobody said or, you know, did anything about scrims publicly. It was more secretive. But per Gregan, man.
I know.
Remco
the funny thing
him.
is that any team that says like, oh yeah, we're just dominating scrims, never wins the tournament. So
it's true.
Like,
it's true.
Or anyone that talks about a team dominating scrims, they never win the tournament. It's always a team that sort of just goes level, like your NRGs and Cloud9, who usually, you know, they used to troll scrims back in the day. Vitality, you know, they're not the best scrim team. So
it's very true. It's really strange how that works. Ooh, wait a minute. Turbo in the Octane, hasn't he been playing like different cars every day this week, or
I don't know. Turbo was on my computer yesterday, like adjusting the settings, and I don't know if I want turbo settings. Sorry, I need to skip.
You know, that was actually pretty nice though. He faked that he was going to touch it into the wall and goes in field. Turbo's got the first touch mechanics, guys. That was sick.
Yeah, he's a freak. So yeah, Turbo's been good. He's smelling really good lately, actually, Turbo.
What, you say that as if that's not always been the case?
No, well, he always smells like... He doesn't stink.
He just doesn't
apparently
smell.
his mum bought him a new cologne the other day. And so he's been really... And when I say he's been using it, he has been using the shit out of it. Like, that bottle is probably empty after 2 days, so... you know, it smells good. He's
been just lathering it on. He's using it all over his screen, all over his body.
Oh, that's it.
Whoa, that is in. Wow.
How do I skip replay on my mouse?
Just right click.
There we go.
You got it.
I'm a keyboard player
Well done.
Nice.
Well done. I can't wait to smell it. That's something, right? If you can smell him, then does that just go to show how powerful a cologne is?
Yeah.
Or, you know, the fact that Turbo, I think, is enhancing it. You know, it might just be one of those things that works really well with him in person.
Well, speaking of auras, I mean, King Card, like, I got near him, I got sunburned. Like, there's just something, he's got heat waves radiating around him. I touched him, and I can only touch him for half a second. That photo you guys saw on Twitter, that was literally a millisecond of touching him, because that guy is literally the king. I mean, he's got something special about him.
They've been so cool to watch. Everybody knew that they're mechanical, but my goodness, did you see their first scrim that they had against Dig, the first game? I think they all scored 2 goals each, 6-1 or something, and every goal was a complete slapper. They were all incredible.
Well, I was talking to them yesterday, and obviously they don't have great English, but what I was able to get out of them, Johnny, is I said, how are the scrims? And Mateus?
Yeah, Mateus.
Yeah, Mateus. Yeah, looked at me dead in the eyes and said, EU shit, NA good. So that's it. There you go, ladies and gents. Also, we scrimmed Fury yesterday, and they said we were their hardest scrim, so we'll take that. I trust Fury's judgment. Oh, shot.
That's so good.
Yeah, so that's all we got. That's the only English we've had from Fury, is that EU is shit and NA are good.
So that means that the beef with Rattles...
Skip, Johnny, skip.
Oh yes, good, thanks for reminding me. So the beef with Rattles is officially over. It is no longer Sam versus Rattles. It's now Sam versus EU. Rattles is he's in
they
the
don't
clear.
rate EU at all. They rate Envy. They said Envy were good, and that's about it.
How's Turbo saying we got the whole RLCS production here? That's a bit disrespectful to CJ. It's the player. Man.
So yeah, Fury have been good. They've been scrimming well. I think they just do their thing. They don't really care about who they're playing. They just, you know.
Yeah,
wrong
they
chat
do
for
just
the
do their
players.
thing.
Oh, they can't see that chat, Johnny. That's a spectator-only chat. Whatever
Yeah, that's what I said. He can't do this. Turbo.
Oh, I see.
Intentional. Don't worry about it.
I got you.
Spectator chat. Very cool. So I was talking to Yummy just yesterday before he got on his monstrously long flight about the team that is most guaranteed to get out of Swiss. I think it might be Envy, the team who is just most likely to not lose and finish bottom 8. What do you think about that? Who do you think it is?
Well, let me take it the other way. I'll tell you the team that's least guaranteed to make it out of Swiss. It's FaZe. I mean, those guys are either going to win the tournament or go, 1-3 or 0-3.
Least likely to make it out of Swiss, though.
No, at least guaranteed.
At least guaranteed. Okay.
Yeah, I think they'll make it. Like they'll make it out. Maybe.
You think they're going to make? I don't think they are going to make it out.
Yeah, maybe round 5. Round 5.
Top 8's pretty exclusive.
It is pretty stacked. You sound like top 8's easy, but then you think about it.
No, yeah, top 8's tough. Top 8's tough. Fury are definitely looking pretty good, and the OCE teams have always done better in the actual tournament. I think that you guys gain a lot from scrims historically. I was excited to hear that they were both moving out early. I didn't know Fury were going to come out this early. That's really cool as well. So they're
I didn't either.
really taking
Era
this.
aren't though, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, are Era coming out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes, Era, Eternity, the other Sam team. They're really not that far off Furia's like pace and mechanics as people are talking and like people are acting. Everybody's saying that they're like now everybody's it started off everybody saying that it was TVE Sandrock guaranteed bottom 2, but now everybody's kind of warming up to Sandrock after they crushed it this split, and everybody's saying Era are just a guaranteed bottom 2. I don't really see it like that at all though. I think they could be a dark horse.
Yeah. I mean, they have that fast pace. It's like when we're pretty comfortable against Sam and we're comfortable against Sandrock just because they play fast and we're used to the fast play. But these guys are slow it down like your NA teams and a few
NA teams. You're right. NA teams are just not used to the pace, so they're just going to struggle against everybody. Be like, wow, these players are really moving.
Yeah, NA's weird. I mean, watching NA, they all just sit back, give each other space, go for solo plays, and they just have so much space. But EU's a bit more pressure heavy.
It's I think there's been a lot of talk recently about how much or how little space teams give to the opponents, but you also got to look at how much space teams give to each other. I think Envy are pretty good at giving 100%. Each other space. They never really get in each other's way. No. NRG are the same. They give each other a lot of space. So when you're giving each other a lot of space, it's almost impossible to double commit because you're so far away from each other. It's really obvious whose ball is whose.
Yep.
But I think the balance is hard to get. Giving your teammates enough space, but also not giving that to the opponents.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I think everyone just sees how mechanical NA is, but I think you're basically in free play, John, because there's no midfield presence. A lot of teams, not every team, but a lot of the teams, they're pretty happy to have someone in net when you're attacking, defending. So
yeah, Tbates is trying to get up in here. He's not happy about the way this discussion is going. Tbates, I'm gonna like just straight up call you out. I've indicated it in the past. You know, I believe that First Touch, especially you guys, have completely shaped my discussion on NA giving space. And you know, it's like you're saying, I know you are, but what am I? I said, I was like, somebody on my chat was asking me, why do I think EU will have better playstyle for LAN? And I just said, well, they pressure their opponents more, and NA just kind of chill, let each other do whatever. They're a gentleman's agreement to never challenge. And then, I you know, sort of like, there wasn't a good counterpoint to that. So instead of coming up with a counterpoint, what the First Touch podcast guys have done is they've said, I know you are, but what am I? They say, you know what, guys? You know what? Yeah. EU gives a lot of space, and NA actually are the team, are the region who are pressuring. So, yeah, what are you going to say about that? You got to come up with a better response.
While we're at it, Tbates, you showed my bootcamp video, and I no permission. I didn't get any payment. So, nah, just kidding. He did ask. Come on, call him out.
Let Tbates in. We're just gonna keep expanding the spectators here. Everybody's gonna be like, what is happening? I don't think these two teams care. I do like that Envy's players just don't actually care who sees their matches, or you know, they've been probably, in my experience, the most keen North American team to just get involved in cross-region stuff. They're like, all of three of them are like Rettles level of just like, yeah, let's just go, let's play.
Feel that.
Let's give him a chance to speak. We can pull him in. I don't know if I can get him in the game. Hold up. Where's Tbates? He wants to join. We got to give him a voice. Got to give the poor man a voice. Chat, we're connecting.
Oh.
Tbates?
Yo.
Here we go.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, like, I woke up from my nap, man.
Oh, here come the excuses already.
I woke up from my nap, man. I hop into Johnny's stream, man. I'm like, okay, let me see how the scrims are looking. I'm just listening. I'm just hearing nothing but NA slander. I'm hearing it from CJ. CJ finally gets a couple scrims against NA teams, and he's already on his high horse. It's crazy to me. Like, I don't even understand how you could be so confident already. And then you, Johnny, you sitting there smug, drinking your coffee or whatever. Not coffee, your tea, I guess.
That's water, man. It's just...
Oh, water. Yeah.
Water.
You're drinking your water, and you just seem so happy. You know? This is crazy.
No, but I'm serious. So why was there never a proper response to my vicious accusation of NA teams being passive? You guys just all turned that around and said, no, EU teams are passive. But I don't believe that. I think you're...
Wait, when was this?
I hear it all the time. I hear it all the time on First Touch and your viewing parties with Rolled is. You're saying you know a goal goes in when you're view partying EU, and the first thing somebody will say is, see, they would never get that much space in NA. I'm thinking, wait a minute, I remember that from somewhere. I feel like I've heard that before, but just not in this context.
With all honesty here, I do feel like Raul takes it a little too far when he says that NA would never have any of that space. NA definitely gives space. You're watching a team, but I know it's just a scrim, by the way, but they're handling endpoint. But regardless, you're watching a team that gives space. Chicago's been on stream saying that Envy gives space. So I mean, that's how they play. And then like you really want to get a team like Envy to stretch out, like Garrett said on FT, I believe, one time. So
wait, what did Garrett say?
Garrett said that Envy's best. They're their best when they can just sit back and wait for you the whole entire time because they save everything. So when they play them, their strategy is to let Envy try to play a lot of offense and overcompensate, and then NRG counterattacks. I also believe that right now NRG might be the most counterattack sit back based team in the game. Now that might just be me. I know Corelli's in chat.
Yeah, Corelli.
Jack
he is in chat.
Jack might believe might co-sign me with that. So, with those two teams in mind, I will say that yes, there is space given in NA, but I feel like those two teams are more than an anomaly. I don't feel like, well, I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Complexity is an NA team.
I mean, Complexity, they've never changed their ways. Yes, they're now in NA. They're earning like points. They're earning spots for NA in the overall standings, but they've kept pretty true to their there's Sam's style. They didn't really change that.
Right, and G2 isn't as aggro as they used to be, but
they were very aggro, and they've kind of dialed it back to a balance. You know, they don't do it all the time. I think they used to just do it all the time, and it was predictable. But now they're smart with it. I like G2's style a lot.
Right.
But you know, there is definitely exceptions to the rule. We talk generally here. The EU exception is Semper, who does chill in net, and I think too much.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been in a minority with BDS a lot of the time, but I always felt like BDS also, even though they were so clinical, I felt like they would just sit back too and play the style, the energy's kind of playing now, but not so much, not so much anymore.
They had Mark though, you know, they had Mark.
No, yeah. Besides him, he's going for everything. Yeah. He's a little scapegoat. He just.
And now they're like.
Now they all like kind of chase and go for demos sometimes. If you really watch them. They do look nervous though on defense. They don't look as in sync.
They just lost their confidence, I think, after losing for the first time. I think so. See, the phase one is interesting because I think they play quite aggressively against the top teams, but when they play against a team who they think they're way better than, they're very, very passive, and they give upset ability to the other teams instead of just going out and flexing on them and doing their thing. We'll see what they do. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what they're going to think about teams on LAN. Are they going to consider them equals and start, you know, going at them, or are they just going to think, okay, minor region team, we should easily win this. Let's just defend, and then they get in big trouble. So that would be a bad way to play Furia.
In front of everybody. They're gonna try to be in front of everybody. That'd probably be the best way for them to cope with any nerves that they have. If they sit back, that's a lot of fast, twitchy players, especially FK and AJ in and of themselves. At least a lot of double commits if they have to wait to react without having much composure.
Wait, everybody in chat saying Big Boss Corelli. Wait, is Corelli trying to hop up in here as well?
Is Jack Collier trying to get in here?
Corelli asked you, Tbates, to talk about backboard defense in chat.
Yeah. Talk about backboard defense?
Yeah, that was it. I didn't see the context.
Oh, ask him about backboard defense. What, EU compared to NA, Jack?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember this point you're trying to make. No, he says he's down to get in here. Where's CJ going?
We'll pull him in. I think CJ's still here. He's just listening on his like $5 headset.
I'm currently on Seiko cam, just really locked in right now, just having a look at this this Wonder Kid. I was on Turbo cam, but I fell asleep.
I don't actually have Corelli on Discord. Does anybody have Corelli to pull him in to this group? He's getting to the PC. I like it. Atomic's in the Fennec today as well.
Friend.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, Jack can accept my friend.
Atomic's been in the Fennec for a couple days.
Has he?
Yeah, that's the whole entire time?
I thought he was in the Octane yesterday. Was he?
I want to say
these guys played. I'm pretty sure Endpoint played Envy yesterday on my stream, and I remember. I'm pretty sure it was Octane Atomic, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't remember triple Octane. Maybe Turbo was in a different car.
Turbo wasn't
Maybe Turbo was in Dominus.
Yeah, Turbo was Dominus yesterday, I think.
Okay, that's really well.
No, he's in the Octane.
What's your thing, Tbates, on Atomic? And what the defense? Surely you have something about Atomic. He's only good in the Octane or only good in the Fennec or something.
Oh yeah, I created that.
Yeah, I think
what is it? Which one is he good in?
He was unstoppable in the Fennec last season in RLCSX. The numbers proved it too. But he's pretty balanced now. He plays exceptional in both, in my opinion, nowadays. I thought he was probably exceptional in both, regardless last season. But it just seemed like they won more in the Fennec.
Why is everybody saying that Atomic is going to be the best player? Even this split, everybody's saying Atomic best player NA, but I think Mist is like equal at worst with Atomic this split.
I don't think people like. I might have had Nick too low on my little rankings we had anyways. I was looking at that. Probably am too, bro. Might have had Max too high.
Oh, this isn't me like calling out you. I mean everybody that I've heard talk about this. Yeah, every pro player, every like caster. No, maybe not caster, but like so many people are saying Atomic. And I thought Mist was like really insane.
No, yeah, they all. First off, they all have Nick on like the highest pedestal. They have him up there with like the Justins of the world, stuff like that. But he doesn't. a lot of people also don't like, in my opinion, I don't think they really like how he plays. He just sits back there and saves everything. So they really forget about the amount of work he's putting in to bail out Atomic and Turbo when they might miss and stuff like that. So if he's not scoring his usual crazy angle double touches or always netting the shots, where they're like, oh, he's in a slump or something like that. But he's Mr. Consistent.
So do you think I could see the one thing that might make sense, and the reason why pro players who play against Atomic in particular have been highlighting him, is because I think he's really hard to read compared to Mist. Like Mist,
yes.
I feel like Mist is quite easy to read, but it doesn't matter because he's just good enough to. I mean, his playstyle doesn't really revolve around that. He's just very, very good at what he does. Even if you see it coming, he still makes it work. But Atomic, quite awkward. Very tough to read.
I've had pros tell me that the person that they fear the most when he's on is like Atomic because of that unpredictability factor. He's just so smooth with the ball, like you really don't know what he can bust out. But Nick really is just gonna come at you straight or something. You know he's gonna grab the double, but it's just how hard he hits. And if he hits a top shelf corner, he's gonna be ready for that. So, I think people become really enamored with what Atomic can do with the ball and his little flashy moments. But Nick has always been great.
Oh, Corelli, are you in here? Can we get a mic check? I see Corelli in here, but I don't hear him.
Yeah, I don't hear him either.
I can't hear you, Corelli. Saying anything.
Hello.
There he is.
There we go. My bad. I had the wrong. I was talking. I was like, man, they just don't want to hear me talk.
I thought I better say something.
I was like, I've had the wrong thing on. Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
Oh,
What up?
I was sitting here. Tbates. I was talking about backboard defense. It was kind of a joke, but every time I watch First Touch, I hear you guys talk about EU backboard defense. And I never understand it. Because you guys will like take the one clip when the one guy on Europe whips the backboard.
Not propaganda. No, are you accusing propaganda?
Meanwhile, like on Plus NA, like literally the entire team of NRG will whiff something on the backboard, and that clip never shows up on First Touch.
Dazarin vetoes that. He like goes through all the clips. He's like, no, delete. We're gonna get that one out of here.
I mean, it's just kind of a joke because I understand the point you're trying to make, but every single time I swear I turn into First Touch, it's like, oh, here's EU missing the backboard again. It's like one clip.
Oh, I love it. It's so funny to me.
It's all about making the storylines.
It's definitely a storyline at this point. It's gonna be so good. I can't remember who said it yesterday, but whoever the first EU or NA team who gets eliminated gets memed on so hard. It's gonna be brilliant.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's gonna be so fun.
And depending on the team who loses out, like if it's Envy or Energy or something, the memeage will be even worse.
My! If NRG get eliminated first, that would be the end of Rocket League Twitter. Oh my goodness.
To be honest, the fanboys are going black profile picture.
Yeah.
But honestly, it wouldn't even be that surprising. I mean, NRG domestically have always been, even when they're not been at the top, they've always been like the 1 or 2 team in NA, and I mean they've had some real pooper worlds showings. So it wouldn't really be that surprising. I know that they've had a lot of different rosters, but still, I mean they've had strong domestic showings and then just shit the bed at LAN. So. I think NRG is probably the most consistent and strongest they've been of all time, but there's always in the back of my head, it's like, well, NRG, they could come last, so you never really know.
Yeah, it could happen. I think Envy I was saying to CJ before you guys hopped in here, I think Envy are the safest team to make it out of top 8. They have a pretty high skill floor, but
I like Envy a lot, yeah.
NRG are definitely up there as one of the most likely to get out of top 8, but I think Envy is slightly more safe pick.
Who's the safest EU?
Safest EU to make it out of Swiss? I think, ironically, BDS, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Because
BDS,
yeah.
Some people might... I had BDS losing in quarters, but I still think they're going to be good in Swiss, though. They've got a lot of successful Swiss runs this split.
Oh, Vitality.
Vitality, safe pick.
Yeah, on LAN.
On LAN, I just feel like if you just look at the way Vitality's played though so far domestically, I mean they've been really bad. Like there's like the stat, I think it's like they're 4-18 against the top teams in EU or something like that.
4-18, really?
Something
Oh
something
my
like that.
goodness, I didn't realize it was that bad. I knew it was
It's
bad.
pretty bad. Yeah.
They're negative for sure. by
They
a long
have
way.
not done that. But to be fair, they like all of a sudden they're like huge grinders or something. So like,
I
Yeah,
know.
it's true.
They
Turn
somehow
it
managed
on.
to the top 10 all of a sudden. I don't know where that came from.
I don't know. It is pretty impressive that they can just do that. I mean, how
Facts.
many times it's happened where they look terrible and then they just show up on the last day or they show up at an event. It's crazy.
I still feel like BDS is really strong. I see really weird takes about like BDS needs to break up. I understand there's
Nah.
like the like whole mental side of it and like face cams and whatever that people have been talking about. But like BDS for any other team, especially with the way EU's gone, has still had really good results. I know they
Yeah.
haven't won a regional, but
Top 4
those
every
are-
time.
Yeah, that's a damn good result for a whole split.
Second, fourth. Well, second, third equal, I guess, for BDS, which is really good.
Yeah, but their guy doesn't seem happy. Ruddles said on FT, is, whatever the
Yeah.
result is, that Monkey Moon's is happy. That's where they're all happy.
As long as Monkey Moon's happy,
If they
it's
win
true.
a 3-2 and Monkey Moon's happy, it's fine. If they win a 3-0 and he's not happy with how they play, it's not gonna be fine. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
could see
crazy
that.
how like public this like the BDS like this is getting
Yeah.
to astral mentality level sort of stuff where everyone just says he's the worst teammate ever. Like this is BDS are the worst teammates
It's
ever.
crazy. I mean, the reactions on facecams get, I think, blown way out of proportion. Because if you look at like K-Dop, every time that something goes wrong, he like has a big reaction, like lean back in the chair and looks really, really upset about something. But then they just go right back into winning. And Monkey Moon is kind of like that, where they would have a big reaction, but then they would just score the next goal, and you'd be like, oh, it's fine. I think like
There's
some
some-
teams bottle it up too much. They try and not have a reaction, and that could be
Yeah.
just as bad.
There's some real sleuths out there too. Like I swear to God, I'll see someone come into like a chat and they'll be like, "Yo, my best friend goes to high school with Astral and saw him at lunch sitting alone punching the chocolate pudding." Like he's, stuff like that. It's like, oh man, he's really down bad.
He's down bad right now, man. We got the sources. We got the ops. The ops are out there. So.
Oh, you never know the validity of these like people who are like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a friend who goes to the same like get the same coffee as this guy every morning, and he's always so mean to the cashier.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he didn't tip the lunch lady, like that kind of stuff.
Seiko.
Why did he? It's the annoying thing
I
about
wanna
scrims.
watch it.
I know I want to watch it as well, but none of them are watching, so we have
I'm
to
getting
skip.
flames, but I don't skip it. God damn.
Yeah. Well, it's just
Yeah,
like
they never watch replays. I don't know why.
well, I think it's because like if you watch
speeds
every
it up.
replay, you might miss an entire game of your scrim session, or you might be too close to the hour to even start another game. So that's why I'm like skipping them all in case I ruin their their scrims by one game. Intense.
How long
though.
has what are like the blocks for? I know like I think a lot of the OCE guys and the SAM guys are scrimming like a shitload, but what about like NA and EU? Are they just doing like 3-hour blocks? Or are they doing
Well,
like the 5-hour
let me
thing?
say, Corelli.
Yeah, let me say it.
If we're going to judge the winners of this major on scrim, amount of scrims, Jarzo sent me his scrim schedule for G2, and it crashed
No way.
my computer. That kid is just scrimming. He's got 4 or 5 lined up a day, particularly next week, because the practice rooms are 24/7. That thing, he's got an Excel spreadsheet, and it doesn't run on any. You need a 3090 to open that thing. G2 are ready to go. They're going to be ready.
That's great.
Oh man.
Yeah, I just never know. I never know how much, like, especially for the more experienced teams, and like how much they actually are going to scrim for. Because obviously they're going to scrim, but sounds like G2 really throwing the whole bank at it. So
Oh, yeah.
happy to hear that.
I was really happy to hear G2, especially we're out here this early, to get Dries in the right time zone. He's had to go almost as far as the OCE guys, 9 hours versus 10 time zones. I mean, obviously OCE traveled a lot longer though, so that's really big for G2.
Oh yeah.
They were
Oh, yeah,
meant to
he's
be here
West-
earlier
West Coast.
because Berlin didn't happen because of the COVID situation in Germany, so they rearranged to get here. So they would have been even earlier for a boot camp. So yeah,
It's really smart in my opinion. Didn't NRG win Worlds the first time that they ever boot camped? I'm pretty sure that they hadn't boot camped before then.
don't quote me on this, but apparently NRG didn't know they could boot camp. That's what I heard a quote from Sis or Turbo. was
They
telling
didn't
me.
know.
But
Oh wow. I mean,
and FaZe can't because of First Killer's school stuff. They couldn't get out early, so.
I see. Well, yeah,
So
that's not surprising. You know, when somebody's got school, that
I'm
makes
surprised
sense.
how Drees got out so early with school, or maybe he's home. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that was a question mark as well. Will Drees be able
Seiko's
to?
dominating.
So, yeah, Seiko is just popping off.
He's
Holy
dominating.
cow! Holy cow!
Dominating. The machine's gonna 1v3.
I would have expected NRG. Like, that sounds like one of those things that you just want to arrange and then ask for permission. You know, ask for forgiveness rather than permission kind of thing. Like, if NRG were just in Sweden this week, boot camping, can you imagine a world where Psyonix are like, no, you're not going to do that, actually? I can't.
Yeah,
personally.
I don't understand what. Yeah, did they think Psyonix was gonna like come in, like Murdy's gonna run in there and shut him down?
That's
or
what I
something
mean. Like, what
that?
do they think? What does Sis mean by that? Like, when he says he didn't think that they were allowed to boot camp, I'm like, in what sense would they have? Like, what would happen?
But CJ, you're
What
saying
does
you don't
mean?
know if that's true or not. You said don't quote me on
so-
that.
No, you
said
said
that-
it's definitely true. So
Yeah, I said it's definitely true. Look, I think because of the PCR test, because we need a test before going to the hotel, a valid test, but it just means the boot camp guys need to get another test in Sweden.
yeah.
And speaking of that, we got our PCR test. Jarzo arranged the ones for G2. They got theirs like at 100 meters from the boot camp place. I googled where it was. It's just this one dude, like, in his house. Like, I don't even think if the PCR test is legal. It's the most scuffed website I've ever seen.
Jarzo,
But apparently they got the results. But I'll show you a photo of it. It's so funny. It doesn't look legit.
Jazzo, you gotta have, like, there should be a barcode on any PCR test to verify the facility, as well as another one to verify the validity of the test. So,
Yeah,
I hope
like,
that has
we
a
went
couple of barcodes on there, a couple of QR codes.
We went to a place that had, like, just, heaps of different clinics, like, around Stockholm. And they've just literally gone to a bloke in his basement. Like, it looks like he made the website in 1941. And it's just a photo of him sitting there smiling. Like a random guy.
What?
With like a cotton
Apparently it
swab
was
in his
okay,
hand.
so they got their results, so in paper form only, so looking forward to that.
That
Should be
guy's,
alright.
he's probably still working with a fax machine by the sense of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope, because I saw that thing come out for, was it Valorant, I think? Where like someone tested positive, but they were still able to play because they like had a quarantine setup that players could go to. I hope if there is a positive test, which I hope doesn't happen, but if there is, that,
Yeah.
teams who don't have subs don't get boned, and he can still play.
Oh,
Yeah, they said we can play from the practice rooms if like one player gets COVID, so
yeah, that's good news then. So you can still have the event go ahead even if somebody's positive.
Yeah, that would really suck. That's what I was saying. I don't know how many teams are bringing their subs either. Because, I mean, even if you did get COVID and you had the opportunity to still play, like, I don't know how you'd feel about it, if you got really sick.
If you were like not in the, like, if 2/3 of your team are on the stage and you're in a room somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. Well, hopefully everybody just tests negative and gets into the setup's okay. Once everybody's in like the hotel, it's operating pretty much like a bubble, so
Yeah.
that should be good to go. We just have to wait for everybody to be confirmed in there, which will be tomorrow, I imagine. Well, I guess the next day is when everybody would get test results. Saturday.
Wait, everyone gets there tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Oh, sure.
tomorrow throughout the day, early for some, late for others. CJ,
What is this photo?
that's like the only photo on the website. The dude that does the test.
I am not streaming that.
I just spit up my water.
It's just a guy
No way,
sitting
John,
on
don't
a,
trust this.
the guy's
Yeah,
just
I was
got a hotel bed, a hospital bed in his living room.
That just looks like someone's uncle.
He dressed up for Halloween.
He's found a marketing opportunity with COVID. He's like, hey, I
Yeah,
get
to be fair, I mean-
$150 here, shove a cotton thing up
Yeah.
someone's nose.
Chat, you can. I'm not gonna show that on stream. But maybe CJ will tweet it. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh dear.
Chat really quick. Arhaven, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. I'll meet you in Discord for this.
But what's
Joystick,
been the general consensus of these scrims so far? Who's looked really good?
Ghost Killer, thanks for 500 bits.
Kind of like everybody over the last, what is it, 2 days, 3 days?
Furia, Envy, Endpoint actually look pretty good as well, I'd say. Even though they got 7-0'd by EG apparently in scrims yesterday or 2 days ago.
Really?
I love how like EG and Queso are just cranking on kids, but they're not even like
They're not even in the LAN. They're just
Yeah.
destroying. Even Cuxer's minions have been winning scrims and some people.
I think that's hilarious.
That's why someone was asking in my chat, CJ, when I said you guys are scrimming Williams Resolve, somebody was like, why are they scrimming Williams Resolve? As if, you should only be scrimming LAN teams. But they're actually really good as well. There's like a whole bunch of these EU teams who are monsters, especially in scrims.
Yeah.
Well, like, we scrimmed Misfits twice. If they didn't choke Regional 3, they'd be like 3rd seed or whatever. So
Yeah, that's true. They're good.
But
I think Queso's a really good team too. I feel
Yeah,
like
very good.
oh, they're the best team I've ever played in scrims. We played Jojo. He was just pogoing all over us, like triple flip resets, like everywhere. It was ridiculous.
Did you know he used to be in a team with Jarius and Jack on PS4?
Yeah, that explains it.
George Oja, the PS4 team, original PS4 team. Actually, maybe no. I think the original PS4 team was Dapper's team, wasn't it? Just Dapper, Miho, and someone. They used to
JNaps.
play. Was it JNaps? It might have been.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And Timmy as well.
Because they were Momentum or yeah, Momentum.
That was a cool team.
Yeah,
Sorry
that was,
for
I mean, at
missing all
least
the
for
subs,
NA,
guys. I'll
that
catch up in a
team,
bit.
that PS4 team was like one of the first to really like break through because NA always has that shelf, still does, but
Yeah, they were up there.
but now they are the shelf. So at least JNaps.
Arhaven, thanks for gifting 25 bits as well to gift the subs. Marky, thanks for 2-month tier 1. Masahur
Everyone's
Austin,
screaming Carmine,
thanks to the
that's
4-month prime.
People, is Carmine even
Black
screaming?
Snacks, thanks for 4 months prime. I've not heard about that. Yeah, I've not heard about them screaming.
I feel like it'd be a good idea. I mean, considering you're a EU team, to have all these teams come into your region, even if you're not at the major, just to get some practice.
That's that's what Cuxer's minions and Queso and EG and all that, they're doing that because they get some. Yeah, Barca. Barca's another team who are like really good in scrims early season. Then they just got like 16th in EU.
Yeah.
Tbates, do you know, or Corelli, are there any like NA teams who are way down there but are very good in scrims, like way down in the rankings?
Oh yeah,
Maybe like
Power.
Vibrance, Power, are they?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm back. You were asking about NA teams that are not that high, that are good at scrims?
Yeah.
Well, what's not that high? Like 16?
Outside of like the top 8 or something, not 8/9, like the known teams who nobody's surprised if they make it top 8, or Oxygen, I guess. Any outside the top 10 teams?
Nah, nobody's really like crazy. And it really is just like consistent. You may have a team who does well in some scrims once in a while, but nobody's. Also, the top teams in NA, I don't know. There's they tend to keep the scrims very elite.
Oh yeah.
They don't really scrim everybody. I'm be honest. Like,
they
I
don't
see
scrim the lower rate
nope,
teams.
They don't really scrim everybody.
Interesting.
Yeah, like if the LAN was over at NA, all these scrims are happening with like teams that aren't LANs and stuff like that. I'm not too certain if that would be a thing.
That's interesting.
Like,
I didn't know
OCE
that.
teams want to play them because I know the NA people would not be like even advertising it.
I mean, this is like just my initial thought that came into my head when you said this, but I wonder if that's like contributing to the struggle that teams seem to have breaking into the top shelf of NA.
No, it 100% contributes because those
because
teams.
the first time they play.
and then those teams. As Jack said, when it comes in tourney time, they only get to play NRG once. It's the first time you ever seen them, and you're getting smashed by them. So it's not. And then after that, you might not see them again for weeks upon months. So yeah, it definitely contributes to the shelf that Jack was alluding to earlier.
I mean, I can't speak. I don't hear too much about NA scrims that much, but it's pretty obvious when you watch a lot of the NA teams under like the NA shelf is what I've called it now. But like that teams under that shelf, it is very obvious it's their first time playing or the third time they've seen Envy that they get to play against them. Like they just struggle so much and they get put in the blender and they get crushed because the floor for teams like NRG and Envy and like even G2 this season has just been so high that even that small inconsistency of being a new team, you just get shit on. So I didn't actually know that though, Tbates. That's news to me. I didn't realize that they didn't scrim.
Yeah, they don't scrim.
Eclipse is saying, so Endpoint Coach in chat right now in the game chat just says that they scrim lower teams because they notice that they're more susceptible against them if they don't. So I guess that's not really happened for the top NA teams yet.
They'll do that every once in a while. Like going into the season, they might like get a feel for them. Like maybe once like one of the lower teams outside like the top 12 or something might scrim energy or like NB like or something like that one time. One time just so one of those big teams can see them and see how they look. But after that, like if the scrim is really competitive or if that team doesn't do well in the first regional or something like that, the scrim ceases. It never happens.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, if the top teams don't want to do that because they think that they're not gaining anything from it, that's fine. But I could see, you know, if NA reaches that next like generation of players, everybody's waiting for the next like time that the space station peeps, the next gen of that comes through, PK and that, you know, the next time that something like that happens, I think it might blow NA a lot more wide open because now scrims will happen outside of the top teams and players will get more opportunities. But why would top teams do that in the meantime if the lower rated teams aren't a threat? Like the lower rated teams in EU, before they were given these scrims and stuff, were probably already taking series off the top teams, gaining their respect in tournaments, and then they get, you know, rewarded with practice games, I would guess.
Yeah, it's all interesting. It's just gonna take like two teams in like the 12 to 16 range to really start performing and cracking it in order for these scrims to really start diversifying. Because I can see in my head right now, I haven't seen a SSG or D2 scrim schedule in probably a month or so, or that general idea. But I can see them just scrimming like MV and stuff.
Yeah.
And like just MV, NRG, like their weekly MV like 2 times, NRG 2 times, and like it's just like, or maybe even 3 times. Not much diversity going on.
So
I'm gonna bounce, Sean.
All right, CJ.
All right, CJ.
Thanks for joining us.
I got to warm up for Williams. I'm ready
Good
to
luck,
go.
have fun, man.
Let's go.
Good luck, man.
Good to see you all. I'm sad to not see you, Corelli.
I know. I'm bummed. I'll see you at the next one, though.
time.
Make the next one.
Oh,
I'll
what
be
about
there.
me? Hello?
Tbates isn't there either. They're both not there.
I heard a whisper that what's going on with you two, Tbates? I heard a whisper that you guys were coming.
Oh no, the whisper was not true. Well, we would have been here, but I have finals, unfortunately, for myself.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you at the next one.
Hopefully so.
And I'll see you tomorrow, John. Maybe.
All right. Later, CJ.
Will I? See you tomorrow?
Actually, no. I'm late. I'm late.
Oh, okay.
So probably not.
Well,
maybe the next time.
I'll sneak out and find you. I mean, I won't sneak out. Love you, son.
Whoa.
Wait.
Delete the VOD.
Everybody's saying I accidentally added 2 games for endpoint. I might have done that. I've not been paying attention to the score as much as I should. It's actually 4-3 apparently. So we could have another 4-4. We had 4-4 yesterday, NBA endpoint. And it could be the same thing. Indecisive scrim. 2 days in a row.
They both look solid, though. They both look
they
solid.
both look really good.
They both look really good, yeah.
And
Arsenal was in the chat earlier saying that the mechanics already look off, though. I don't know how he's getting that.
I think he said everybody looks awkward mechanically. I think. Not sure. Maybe he's still here. Let's confirm. Why are we all the way back here on Atomic? Is that me? Wait. Turbo.
One thing I was going to add about
there you go.
Yeah, I was about to add to the discussion about the scrim stuff. I feel like, like I definitely understand at least the mentality, especially for teams that have high floors like NRG or like Envy or whatever. Like they're just gonna always crush. I think I honestly see why they wouldn't want to scrim like Integrity or DVS and stuff like that from what we saw earlier. But I do feel like it's valuable to toss in every once in a while a scrim with like teams that'll peak on you, like the Oxygens of the world.
Yeah, Oxygen.
Because I feel like that type of playstyle, or even like Vibrance. Like Vibrance, I feel like has a lot of potential to grow. But I feel like those teams are teams that every once in a while, you know, just to like be like, hey, by the way, these are like the up and coming guys, and we need to know how to play against this, because it's not gonna, like, the meta is gonna keep evolving, even in NA. And obviously, like, it's very clear in my eyes that, you know, the European depth is, I think, a value add to the overall European talent, because it feels like a lot of the European teams can take the top teams in Europe to deep series, if not beat them, and that's like normal, which is like just insane for NA. Like that would be crazy to hear, like Nefarious coming out and consistently beating, you know, a top team, or consistently taking them to deep runs. Although, to be fair, Nefarious actually has done that a few times, but
yeah,
I don't know. It just seems weird to me that that's not thrown in or tossed in every once in a while, but what do I know?
Everybody's saying in chat it's actually 4-4, and I got trolled. I don't know what this is. I think it's. I thought I don't remember adding an extra game. So this is actually the decider. We had 4-4 yesterday, now 4-4 today, and this is game. What is it? This is game 17. They're doing a best of 17
total. Oh,
yeah, 17 between 2 days. They're tied. Can Endpoint clutch it? Yeah, I did actually have these two teams matching up in quarterfinals on my bracket, and I had it 4-3 in Endpoint's favor. Because Envy always go to game 7.
Oh no! As long as Envy doesn't go up 3-1 in this whole entire event.
I don't know what it is, chat. It's 3 or 4. It says 4-3 lol. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We're just putting the score there so people will stop asking. The score doesn't matter in scrims. It's whatever. It's 4-4 check VOD. I don't know. I think all the Envy fans are saying it's 4-3 and all the Endpoint fans are saying it's 4-4.
It's saying it's 4-4. The copium on both sides. You gotta satisfy one of them.
This guy is like, I watched the whole VOD in like 2 minutes.
Well, you just have to click through and count how many different games there were, man. I'll count. We'll do a count back at the end, guys. We'll do a count back at the end. Sorry, Tbates. I think I interrupted you to
no, you're fine.
Chat.
But and I was gonna say earlier with this, I didn't know how to put into my point though. But with the new way that RLCS is, with it being so open rather than it being like a set league play and such, that does hurt the lower teams, because it used to be. Well, I can speak for NA, I can't speak for you. But it used to be that even if you were like the worst team in the RLCS league play, even like the 10, you would still get scrims all the time. Kind of like you were in the league play.
You're in the league.
Yeah, but now there's like no guarantee, so it's like teams have like kind of marked who they think they should be scrimming more so than other ones, and that used to help teams elevate themselves quite a bit. Cause I mean, we all know, even back then. I mean, especially back then, I think. There's just levels, there's like tiers to even RLCS league play in and of itself, but those lower teams will still get work. They will still get work against those teams, and they'll be able to improve. But now, like, it's just not necessarily the case. And I feel like that's something that I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the team, but we're gonna see.
I think it's.
I also do think.
Sorry, I was going to say very quickly that it's actually, there's a reason now to care, because in the past it was pretty much just pride, regional pride, which region's better, but now it really matters. There is like a case. What is Seiko doing? This is ridiculous. But yeah, there's actually many like worlds where the regional matchups matter for the auto qual spots for worlds. That was the only point I had there.
Well, I want to tack on to that. We were talking about, like the teams that are going to finish last are going to get memed on. Imagine, I said this in my stream the other day, imagine, calling NA a 3-team region with 3 auto quals with the world spots, so they don't get all 5 or they don't go 4 and 4 and split the EU.
Man.
Those memes are going to go so hard, yeah.
I can't wait to see
even worse, like not worse, this would be amazing, but like Sam and like Furia like really step up and like take away auto qual spots from NA and EU as well. Yeah. Those memes are gonna go crazy.
It's gonna be sick to see that, and also it's gonna be sick to see the memes that come out of. Have you seen the new Dignitas meme format where they're all sprinting? I can't wait to see what memes people make about that. It's such a good format. I love that.
I haven't seen. Where is that? Is that on Twitter?
It's on the Reddit. I think somebody said Dignitas boosting back after triple committing, and it's just the 3 of them in the start of their 60-meter race. So good. Somebody actually made a post on Reddit complaining about the lack of, or the style of content that's being made. I didn't really read it. It was TLDR, but I didn't really read it thoroughly. But the impression I got is that somebody thought there should be more content like the Season 1 video that was made for Cronovi, the mountain video, and less of this, like that Dignitas are doing plank challenge, 60-meter race, and I couldn't disagree more. I thought so far the Dignitas content has been incredible from Lad.
I think it shows like their personality and like it's very like it's just very like kind of like funny.
Yeah,
just funny work that they're doing. I don't know how you can find an issue with any of that. That's
I like the Cronovi video too, but I think that kind of real behind the scenes content is so good. It's really, really something. Everybody's saying 4-4, 5-4. Guys, I'm gonna count it. I'm actually gonna count this for you. Hold up. How many games do we have? We had 1 game in Manfield at 111 in the VOD. Let's go to 116. Forbidden Temple, that's 2. Then if we go to 122, we're in DFH Stadium, so there's 3 games. Let's go to 130. We're in Utopia, that's 4 games, and it was 3-0 Envy at that point. Then it was 3-1, we're in Wasteland, game 5. Then we went over to Neo Tokyo, and it was 4-1 Envy at that point, but we're in game 6, and it was 4-1. Then we had the 2 games at the end that were both, I think, on the same map. And yeah, I think I might have added 2 by mistake. I think chat's, well, some of the chat's right, some of the chat's wrong. Actually, no, it does go from 4-1 Envy.
I think it was 4-1 to 4-3.
Why did I make it 3-1 to 4-2? Did I go 4-1 and then just accidentally add 1 to endpoint for no reason? I think I might have.
It was
Why did I add that?
It was EU bias. EU bias.
It's not the EU bias.
It was so kind. You didn't realize. You didn't even realize.
I've been forgetting. I did. I just updated it in the middle of the match for no reason. Why did I do that? I'm sorry, chat. I didn't mean to, genuinely. But no, the scrim score doesn't matter. The only reason I put it on the screen is because people wouldn't stop asking what the score was. So I was like, fine, there it is. And I didn't put it in the official big overlay that I've got intentionally, because it doesn't actually matter. So the final score was 4-4. So they're 8-all between the 2 days.
Well, there we go. We put it to rest. EU equals NA. You're welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us.